I would not worry about your expenses. I would put 100% focus on worrying about what your income is and how you can get your income up. I mean, 99% of the problems out there will be resolved by getting your income up, not by figuring out what you can cut throughout the month to save a little bit of money. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Austin here. My goal of the channel is to help you grow your small business, whether that be pressure washing or whatever else you guys can think of in the small business category. And I have absolutely positively nothing to sell you. All right, guys, so today we got a big old lakefront property we're gonna be doing a flat surface cleaning on. It's a big, long driveway, and they got a nice big pool area with a bunch of different, I don't know what I should call it, structures and areas that we're gonna be doing some soft washing on. You guys will see what I'm talking about. They have a huge outdoor fireplace, which is like pretty nice, and it's right sitting on Lake Austin. It's a really, really nice property. So it'll be really, really cool to get the 8 gallon a minute with the 38 surface cleaner. Just more trial and errors, more timing that I can time exactly how long some of these bigger flat surface projects can take me. So that'll be cool. We're getting a late start. It's about 9:45. We're gonna get there about 10:30. And yeah, guys, let's just get on to it and let's have some fun. All right, guys, we're about 10 minutes away from our job today. Big project we're doing. Just wanted to tell you guys that I'm actually going to be opening a new location about 45 minutes down the road from me in Marble Falls. And when I say new location, I don't mean a brick and mortar. Obviously, I'm talking about a Google My Business listing. You know, because this summer I was thinking like, man, how can I scale? How can I get more jobs coming in? And, you know, I'm always thinking about that, obviously, like all business owners should. And obviously I'm in Austin, right? It's decently competitive here, although I rank pretty well. But one thing I was thinking about was, hey, instead of, you know, although I am going to be spending money on marketing, you know, Google ads and whatnot, as well as doing that, what if I go and put another listing in an area relatively close by, but not too terribly far away, that's got no competition really, and it's its own little town. Like, so if you were to Google pressure washing in this area, like none of your city options at where you're at now are gonna come up just because it's that far away. So that's about 45 minutes for me in Marble Falls. I looked up the competition over there. There's literally nothing. I think there's 1 or 2 guys that are not too impressive online. I think they got like 4.7 stars, less than 15 reviews, but the money out there is just ridiculous. They're on Horseshoe Bay, you know, a lot of really wealthy people out there, a lot of lake houses, and a lot of work out there. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna go get a PO box down there. I'm gonna put a Google My Business listing. It's gonna be backed up by my website, my SEO, and all my online presence. I'm just gonna transfer over there. So it's not like I'm even starting from scratch. I'm just putting a listing over there. I'm gonna load it up with all my information, load it up with all the good stuff that's doing well for me here in my town. And I'm gonna place it in a town about 45 minutes away from me that's got little to no competition and there's a big opportunity out there. Now, that does mean I'm gonna be, you know, driving over there and taking care of those jobs too. But hey, if I can add another 30 to 40 grand on the board for this year, I think that's worth the driving, in my opinion. And obviously the goal would be to eventually get a truck and a rig down there. So, you know, obviously I'm trying to put another trig out here in Austin too, but I think the most immediate thing that would provide, you know, increase my top line this year is going to be opening up a new GMB just on a town just outside of my town, and taking advantage of that market, and capitalizing on all of those jobs that, you know, homeowners have no idea who to hire. So, and I think that might be pretty good for me, and it'll help me grow my top line, which will help me, you know, help me scale, help me put extra money away, help me, you know, bottom line, just help me out with my business. So that's going to be the route I'm going to be taking. I'm going to be launching that location about a few days from now. So I just wanted to fill you guys in on that. I just realized I didn't bring my stand with me, nor I don't have my remote downstream injector. It literally disappeared out of my remote downstream injector box. So I'm gonna have to go order another one. But good thing we're not gonna need it on this job because we're gonna be using soft wash system as well as the pressure washer. So we're fixing to pull up. We'll see you guys in a second. All right, guys, we're on the setup on the project. Long driveway here. We're doing all this flat work here. Let me show you our view out back and what we're gonna be doing back here. Pool area, flat work. And this is the big fireplace here that we're gonna be soft washing. Nice and massive. We're doing all this flat work. We're gonna clean up that chimney right here. And beautiful Lake Austin. Might jump out there when I'm done with this, we'll see. But my plan is to do a 5% solution on pretty much everything. Let it dwell for as long as I can while I get set up. Oh yeah, and see if I can find another stand back here, see if I can prop you guys up somehow. The roof is pretty dirty. Might talk to them about that. We're also gonna be doing this area right here, all those pillars. So got about 6 hours on the Honda. When probably after this job, which is probably gonna take hopefully 2.5, 3 hours, I'm gonna give that an oil change. So as you guys know, I roasted my last engine. That will not be happening again this time. So let's get you all set up and we'll start pre-treating. All right, guys, to get to 5%, I'm gonna go over here to my water valve on the top. I'm gonna open that wide open, let all the water through as possible. I'm gonna take my bleach valve on the bottom, open that up all the way as possible, and then I'm just gonna give it a hair to the right. That's gonna cut it back down just below 50-50, and hopefully we'll be right at the 5%. And as far as my soap, I'm gonna go no soap on the flat stuff. I will try to come back here and put some soap on the vertical stuff, or I just might ditch the soap. Actually, you know what? I might open the soap valve just a tad. And I do need to add some more Apple Wash to this. I do have some Eliminator in there. The Apple Wash is just gonna give me some color. The Eliminator is what's actually gonna be the soaping agent today. Although I'm running low on Eliminator. So I'm just gonna put some of this, and you know what? I might wanna add some water to this because otherwise I'll just be wasting Eliminator. So I'm probably gonna add some water to this. Put this on back, and let me see if I can find a way to put some water in this tank. I think there's a spare water hose right over there. I'm gonna hook that up, come over here, fill up my soap tank, and we'll be ready to go. Because a lot of this soap, guys, you do not need to go straight soap in your soap tanks. Literally just if you got a 16-gallon tank, put 1 gallon of soap to 16 gallons of water. I mean, that's gonna be fine. So we're good there. What's going on, guys? I'm gonna lay back on the music and I'm gonna actually start doing some voiceovers. So this is Austin stone. A lot of people call it Austin stone around my area, but it's just limestone. You can see it on the side of the house as well, but I'm getting pretty good at cleaning this stuff, guys. The pre-treatment and the surface cleaning is gonna get a good amount of it, but really it's gonna be the post-treatment. The post-treatment is what's really gonna dig into the roots and just let it dwell. I mean, I don't even rinse the post-treatment. I literally just let it dwell the entire time. And over the next couple hours, it's just gonna look fantastic. But you need the pre-treatment and the surface cleaning to get off that top stuff and then lay down a really hot mix post-treatment and just let it dwell and let it just evaporate over time. That's how I've gotten the best results. All right, guys, at this point, I've let the pre-treatment dwell for about 15-20 minutes, and now I'm hitting it with a surface cleaner. You guys might be able to tell, but, the surface cleaning, you can't really, it basically takes off all the top stuff, but there's still a lot left underneath. That's why you really need to, hit it with a really good post-treatment, because the surface cleaning is going to take off the top stuff. The post-treatment's what's really going to do the good cleaning. All right, guys. As you saw, that was a 5% pre-treatment, and then I surface cleaned. I did tone down the accelerator on my, the RPMs on my pressure washer, just so I can, not have as much power on this. As you guys can still see, it's still dirty. That's okay with the stone work. In my experience, every single time, it's going to be the post-treatment that really, really does the magic. Pre-treatment and the surface cleaning is just going to get as much surface dirt out as possible, and then the post-treatment is what's going to really get this thing clean. As you guys can see, look at this. This is one application of 5%, and it's already working like lightning on this thing. Just going to get these upper areas and be fine. This area over here is perfectly clean, pretty much. Just probably do one more application on that. I am making sure these plants stay irrigated. I did somewhat bleach a little bit on the side of this fence, but I did try to keep this fence as irrigated as possible. And on this, looks fine. I mean, there's no getting around and getting bleach all over this stuff. I did rinse it down though. And yeah, we're gonna keep on moving and grooving. All right, guys, it is about 12:45. We've been here about an hour and 45 minutes. And we are pre-treating this 150-foot driveway here. So I might just do this section where my truck is parked, this whole section first, and then move my truck back, simply because the water spigot is about 150 foot away. If I were to put my truck at the end of the street here on the street, it's about 150 foot from the garden spigot, so it's not gonna be able to reach. So I'm gonna have to do part of this driveway hooked up to the spigot, and then the other last part probably without. I don't know, guys. It'll be fine. So I'm just pre-treating now, and drop down in the comments how much you guys think this ticket on this job is. I booked it for 3 hours. It's been about an hour and 45, so we're decently on schedule here. It might be a little bit over by about 15-30 minutes by my estimations. So yep, and I'll prop you guys up and we'll get some surface cleaning done. It's gonna be really nice before and after on this driveway. All right, guys, I realized I didn't film the post-treatment on the back pool patio. But I did lay down a 5 to 6. Actually, I think that's what I did. I actually bumped up the bleach from 5 to 6 because I really wanted a strong post-treatment on this pool patio. So I laid down about a 6% now. You saw me pre-treating the driveway, and now I'm surface cleaning. But one thing I've learned doing this for 3 years that I've been doing it is, and how I'm doing work so quickly, because some of you guys are like, oh my God, there's no way you can do a house wash in an hour. Dude, you guys need to learn how to become ultra efficient with your time. I am not there to screw around. I'm there to get in and out, chemicals and stuff. It's hot. It's very important for me to get in and out of there quickly and do the job correctly. And so, you shouldn't be waiting on a pre-treatment. If something's pre-treating for 15 minutes, if pre-treatment needs 15 minutes to dwell, you need to be doing something with that 15 minutes. So I got the pool patio post-treating. While that's post-treating, I'm pre-treating the driveway. While the driveway is pre-treating one side, I'm cleaning the other side. And you always have to be doing something and thinking of the next thing you could do to further along, the work and get done quicker. Your business needs this. You need to learn how to become a lot more efficient with your time. All right, guys. So, what do you want to call it? Algae that's on the sides of these, like this stuff, needed a stronger solution, so 3% wasn't going to cut it. I've bumped it to 5%. I've also increased the dwell time. So this has all been dwelling for about 10 minutes. Got here at 11 o'clock. It's about 1:35, so 2.5 hours. Should be done in about 30 minutes. All that's pre-treating. So I'll prop you guys up and we'll finish this driveway. So yeah, guys, being really, really efficient with your time is very important. It's definitely something that's elevated my business. I know some of you guys in the comments or some people on Facebook they think because I'm so efficient with my time that somehow I'm doing a bad job. And that's just the furthest from the truth. Obviously equipment plays a role with it too, But you need to learn how to get more efficient with your time and just stop as much downtime as possible. Obviously, you need to drink some water, rest up, get a little, your little granola bar, okay? But you guys should really learn to do some of this stuff and a lot quicker than you're doing it. If you got the right equipment, 8 gallon per minute, you should be in and out of a normal size house in 45 minutes. You guys can go look at Joe Deary, Powerful Improvements, and you can see him washing houses. Dude, the dude's in and out of most of his projects in an hour. So, yeah, I understand if you don't have the equipment, you're rocking 4 gallon per minute, you guys can still get done quick. But maybe it's an hour and a half, but because I used to do that all the time. So learn how to get more efficient with your time. And also learn what to say when a customer says, wow, that's a lot of money for however long it's going to take you. I love when customers ask me that question because I can very easily answer that and have them feel good about it. Here is the finished product, guys. Let that final application rest for about 45 minutes. Really brightened everything up, and look at the fireplace. Absolutely phenomenal. Really sweet. All right, guys, it is 3 o'clock. That was 4 hours. 4-hour job. Total ticket was $1,100. So we are well in where I want to be as far as hourly for the truck, which is around $250. We're right above that, around $300. So I'm happy. Nice. And honestly, all this could not be possible in the amount of time I'm doing all this project without this new equipment. So shout out to Mike at Polk Washers for building this for me. If you're watching, man, just an absolute workhorse. So versatile. I mean, I still look at it every night. Sometimes I always look back at it whenever I'm parking. I always look back up. Sometimes when you have a nice car, you look back at it. Always find myself doing that with my equipment. And it wasn't always like that. So definitely blessed enough to say that. There we go. Old Bertha's got about 226,000 on it. And we're out of here. All right, guys, we are having a Bruce Stoyevsky. That job kind of kicked my ass. I was there for at least an hour and a half longer than I thought I was. It was really, really hot, about 90 degrees down in Texas. Bleach is evaporating on the hot ground, kind of going up in my face. Definitely need to get a respirator, a really, really good respirator. It's something I'm going to need to buy a handful of those this season. But yeah, $1,100, about 4 hours of work. We're going to be doing a house wash driveway cleaning tomorrow, which I probably won't film. Pretty redundant stuff, be in and out of there. Outside of that, guys, nothing really on the schedule too much for the next week. We were really busy in February because I had my Google Ads turned on, and I just returned them back on last night. So I'm spending about $40 a day on Google Ads. Now, you don't have to run that all month. I mean, you do want to let it optimize and let Google kind of figure out your ad placement for a while. But like, let's say you guys get like a sum of money. Let's say you guys get an extra $1,000 into the business, and you want to allocate, $400. You can just spend, $40 a day over the next week. So 40 times 7, you can spend a couple $100 like that, and you can get, get some leads through Google. You don't have to do it on an entire month basis, because then you're looking at, $30 or 30 days times $40 a day. It's kind of expensive. I think that's $1,200. So definitely experiment with Google Ads. And if you guys only want to run it for a week or so, then that's completely fine. I know in February when I was doing it, I was getting a lot of leads. And in February, where I'm usually really, really slow, I want to say we did close to 15 grand in February, and a lot of it has to do with Google Ads. And I spent actually, my ad was on the whole month. I spent $1,200 in Google Ads. So got to get your Google Ads running. Get some kind of advertisements out there. I just bought a couple A-frames for my business. So these A-frames are gonna look like pretty much like, caution, pressure washing, roof cleaning in progress. With my list of services, my big logo picture, and my phone number. It's gonna be a big A-frame. I'm gonna have sitting right next to the truck on both sides of the truck. That way people driving by will see it and they can kind of at least read it. And who knows, might spark their interest. So I do have that on the way. I guess closing tip for this cool wash vlog video is going to be worry about your income, worry about your top line. My sole focus in probably the last 3 years of kind of turning my life around and getting to a point where I have, my businesses and I can work for myself is worrying about my income. Okay, that I realize that go against what a lot of people say, which is a lot of people say, hey, worry about the expenses, trim down your expenses, trim down the fat any way you can, cut out this, cut out that, stop going out to eat. And some of that is valid. You don't want to be an idiot. But I got to tell you guys, I'm not worried about a damn thing on my expenses. My expenses are what they are. They are 80% fixed, and the other 20%, I mean, if you want to cut down my food bill each month, I mean, Jesus Christ, you're talking a couple $100, guys. I would not worry about your expenses. I would put 100% focus on worrying about what your income is and how you can get your income up. I mean, 99% of the problems out there will be resolved by getting your income up, not by figuring out what you can cut throughout the month to save a little bit of money. If you guys are on salary, which a lot of you guys are business owners, okay, if you're on salary and you get a fixed amount per month and it's not going to increase, well, then you might be able to play, okay, let's see where I can cut my expenses. But when you're in business, honestly, I'm not really too worried about my expenses. My expenses are, if anything, are going to go up, and I'm completely fine with that. So as long as the income kind of reciprocates it, then it's all justified. So other than that, guys, I'm a peace out for you guys. 4,700 subscribers, almost approaching 5K. Super appreciate that. Nice to see all you guys following along and enjoying my stuff. And like I said, I did just I went ahead and put a new Google My Business listing in Marble Falls, about 45 minutes away from me. And I'm looking to absolutely dominate that entire area where there's no competition. Versus here in my home city, there is some competition here, but I'm at least in the top 3, so I do get a fair share of business. And that might be something you guys might want to look into. You can have I think you can have a handful of Google My Business listings. My competitor put a Google My Business listing probably 2 miles away from my home address here in my city. And because we're friends, we're cordial, and he was like, yeah, I hope you don't mind, it's just business, Austin, that's where I keep my my equipment and that's where my warehouse is. So I decided to put a Google My Business listing there. I'm like whatever, dude, do what you got to do, it's business. But so you can have multiple Google My Business listings. It's going to make no sense to put one down the street from where your home office is. I mean, people are just going to look at it and go, okay, there's 2 of them. I mean, I don't know what the point of that is. But if you want to put one 30 to 45 minutes away in a little neighboring town where you can control that whole market share right there, and there's no competitor there, or there's no business there worth their salt, definitely look into that. I'm not saying, obviously, this is a new thing. I'm not too sure if I've heard too many people do this, but I think it's a really, really fantastic idea, and I think it's going to do really, really well. And Marble Falls is a really, really great area. So I will keep you guys updated as far as what kind of results we get from that. And yeah, I'm out of here, guys. Peace out. See y'all in the next one.